abusive relationship, we only focuses on, physical. It's also financial.
Yes, honey.
You feeling acknowledged.
Yeah.
You feeling that, my partner has my back. So that, when you go to bed, you're enjoying that good sex. Listen.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the More That From Mama. So today our topic, not so happy, but definitely something that we need to talk about because it's something that happens everywhere. We're talking about abusive relationships. And before we delve into anything, maybe Sarah, you want to tell us what an abusive relationship is? What does abuse entail?
I just Google it and I'm just going to read what exactly it says.
Yeah.
Abusive relationship is a wrong or improper use or action. Which can be physical, emotional, financial, sexual.
Yes.
And sometimes, when people talk about abusive relationship, we only focuses on, physical, especially back home. The only thing people think about is, physical. But we have so many other types of, abuses, don't you think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know what? You said back home, but actually even here, right? As soon as you hear abused woman, what's the first thing we picture? Someone who's beaten up. Right. Mm-hmm. Come out the chopper, then we don't necessarily think abuse. But I tend to think a person who's been in a physically abusive relationship has gone through a lot more different abuses even before we get there, right?
Yes.
Because by the time a woman has hit you, because women do it too, brothers, nobody has the right to lay hands on you. By the time they've done that, wamekutukana, so that's verbal abuse, right? Some people throw things at you, they threaten you. And actually, a form of emotional abuse, there's these people who come on, that is still abuse because you are so set up every single time you cannot have the reaction you would want to have because they're in your psyche and they're messing with you, and that's just crazy. That is crazy and absolutely unnecessary.
The advantage that people in the Western world have is because they have these institutions that really, take care of them. You know what I mean? Back home, ukichapwa, utapigia polisi afanye nini?
Oh, probably. First of all, you call the cop, you have to bribe him if he even shows up. Okay? But it's a blessing and a curse because, like you said, there's females or males, but mostly a lot of times happen with females who know that is the reaction, especially if you are a certain color. And so they know if they're fighting with their boyfriends, if you're not going to listen to me, I'm going to call the police. That's the sad part. I mean, that comes all back down to Black Lives Matter. That's very fun of the day. Watch the Black Lives Matter video.
Yes.
But yes, there's people I have seen who they know that's a threat to their man, right? If you don't do this, I'm just going to call the cops. And it's really unfair. Really unfair. But speaking about Kenya, you're supposed to take a P3 form. You go to the police station, they're just looking at you. You have to bribe somebody to just take your statement. And then it's put somewhere. Who knows where? Where are the records? If you came back tomorrow, no one would even know you ever put in a thing.
That's why we end up with people losing their limbs. Mwingine alikasirika tu akamtandika. And then we have all these people. Trauma. It's trauma. It is
trauma. And normalizing trauma, as we talked about before, this beating up women is something that, and I'm sorry guys, I know guys get beat up too. I do think that maybe because our men, maybe ego or whatever, it's not reported as much, but most of what we see is females. There's that video you showed me, right? And it just, I just can't get over the fact that we're beating each other up this badly in relationships talking about love. I can't get over the fact that people are recording it and people are calm. Nobody's coming in between. Nobody's doing
anything. When I sent that video, the first thing you mentioned, and my gosh, I did not even think about, is that the girl who was recording it was trying to protect the guy who was beating the girl. Like, go away, the police is coming. Go, leave her alone. Not thinking about the girl who is receiving it. But at the same time, the girl was kind of trying to go after him.
The guy is telling you. So now we have two different. So this is the two scenarios we talk about, right? One is there's the typical Black woman, typical Black older woman who's protecting our sons and our youth because she probably has a son, she probably has nephews, and she knows once the cops come, they're not going to listen to his side of the story. Okay. Two, there's the girl who's in love and just being a crazy chick in love. There's crazy chicks in love. But three, she's a crazy chick in love that keeps following him even when the man is trying to save himself. right? So he's saying, leave me alone, walk away from me, but she continues to infringe on him and jump on him, and so you're placing this man's life in danger. So I was very conflicted about that video because I didn't know whose side to take. I didn't know that to take the side of the older woman was telling the girl, listen, just walk away, you guys can take your home. So the part of me, which is I'm kind of conflicted because there's the guy who seems, I mean, I don't know what the whole story is. I don't know if it's a guy who beat her at home and now he's running in public where people can see him, and you know, I don't know if it's the kind of chick who hits him in the house, and now when he's like, I'm done, I'm leaving, she's stuck on him and following him everywhere, which puts him at risk again, and her, right? Because now they don't even discriminate, they put kids on the ground as well. I'm just saying. And I don't, it's so, I couldn't pick a side. I understand the older woman who's saying, sis, walk away, you're about to get a black man killed. Okay. But then again, you see someone who knows what was going on in their house, what happened from the beginning, how they ended up in the parking lot.
And I guess you don't even have to pick a side, but also you don't have to think that so and so is innocent. So, you know, like I've seen automatically when something happens, oh, the woman has to be innocent.
Yeah.
Some of these girls, you know, I watched marriage boot camp. You
there
know.
you go. I was just about to talk about that. Yes, speak on it, sis, because that's one that interested me.
She was also trying to push those buttons.
Yes.
She's in the relationship with this dude, so she knows what it is that makes this guy gets upset, and you keep pushing it on a public TV and you know what I'm saying?
And her is not even knowing the guy personally. Listen, if you threw apples at me, apples are hard. Okay, first you're disrespecting me, the person. Second, you're disrespecting me in public. If you kept hitting me with a hard object, there's gonna be a time I'll turn around and snap, and I might snatch you up.
You're not supposed to defend yourself just because you're a man.
That's the thing. For me, with that boot camp thing, I watched it and I didn't want to pick sides, and automatically I wanted to support the woman, but. So originally when they're advertising it, right, you just saw the part where he yoked her up.
Yes, and you feel bad.
Right. I was just like, who the F does he think he is? And then I saw the actual episode, and she's hitting him with apples in front of people over and over. And men, I mean, we teach them ego, right? We teach them. We society. We raise them. We birth them. And I mean, even if it wasn't a man, as a woman, if me and you're having a fight there and you keep hitting me with apples, I mean, when I get you at some point. And I feel like she kept doing it. He held on. And then finally he snapped. And unfortunately for him, he snapped with the cameras. But secondly, I don't think that's the first time that's happened for them. It was too natural. It was too quick. She was too calm. And back to toxic relationships. Because before I was just like, what kind of man is this? I think she's the narcissist in that relationship. I believe she is narcissistic. And I don't know her personally, but just from watching, she's the girl who plays, I can't believe this happened to me.
Yes, and then she goes,
And then she stops. Because even in the end, he was just like, are you guys really doing this? So to me, it's happened before. Not that it's right.
And it's true, because listen, even I was watching about, you know, for an African-American man, you know, or any man, you don't have your ego. You don't go crying, oh, my girlfriend did this and this to me.
Yeah.
And I was watching even Tamara Braxton. And the African dude.
Yes. And isn't it sad? You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. Isn't it sad that I almost feel like there's African American and there's African, right? We're supposed to be harder than they come. And everybody's like, oh, as an African man, why did he? And I'm just like, but bro, why can't he? If I don't know if it's true or not, don't
know anything.
But I'm just saying, if it is true that she hit him in the jugular driving, why is it so bad that he says it? Is it because she's now in a bad place? You know what I mean?
While driving?
You could have killed us both. That's number one. And number two, why can't he seek help? For him, I don't know. And I just feel it's one of those topics where now you kind of tiptoe because she's a celebrity. But the truth of the matter is, if you threaten me, you're going to kill yourself, and then I come home and you've taken pills, I'm scared. That is a form of abuse. I'm psychologically tortured.
But V, if somebody is okay, now I'm thinking about Tamara saying that, you know, he was trying to kill us. He was speeding and trying to kill us. I was going for a doctor's appointment. How would you go back to that same dude? Because this is not the first time he's doing this.
Okay.
You have money. You know, some of girls, or, you know, if you're in a relationship and you don't have the financial power, you know, then you feel like, oh my gosh, how am I going to survive without this?
Yeah.
How am I going to survive without my partner or my husband, right? But she had the money. She has You know what I'm saying? So why
Yeah.
would you not go back and back and back to something that
Same
is
man.
not?
Yeah, yeah. Although she's also, and it's so funny, this has got to be a more expanded topic. She's also a
Yeah.
prime example of normalizing trauma, because when you read back into her past, her ex-husband, they say, was abusing her too. He used to beat her up.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know if they say they used to beat each other up, because we always specify the guy, right?
Yeah.
They say he was beating
Yeah.
her up. So I don't know if this is so normal for her that it's something that she carried on to her next relationship. So one, either this guy's not beating you and you don't think it's normal, or you're so used to being beat that you start hitting before the person hits you, and so you get a reaction back. You get a reaction back.
All we are saying is, life is too short. Life is just short. Just, if you're not happy in any situation, remove yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Remove yourself from it.
Involved.
Right. And sometimes we talk about abusive relationship, we run into physical, emotional, but there's also financial.
Yes, honey. This goes back to, remember when we're talking about a kept man? This goes to that. Kept man or woman. Sorry, I just say man because I'm a chick. But yes, there's those people who just sit there and let you take care of everything. And when you can't, when you're stuck, and when you're in you know me this and you know me. And so you always feel like you have to take full responsibility.
Alternatively, they can be controlling everything. Like if I'm a stay-home mom, I have to ask you for permission. Can I go get my hair done? Can I have?
You're so right. You're so right. Not okay. All abusive. Okay. All of it is what? Wrong or improper use. Okay. And that's not what a relationship should be like. Like, a relationship should be a partnership. You should be, and I'm not saying you're going to smile every day. You're not going to smile every day. You're not going to kiki every day. You're not going to agree on how to use finances every day. But nobody should be taking advantage of the other person. This is the point.
Yes, it is you feeling acknowledged.
Yeah.
You feeling that, my partner has my back, so that, when you go to bed, you're enjoying that good sex. Listen, making sure that you get hitting your oars and he's hitting his oars. It is about, it's each, you're in this together. The two of you are in this together, don't you think?
Yes. Always, always, always. And I actually think, guys, let us know down below. I think we need to go into this deeper, because I think we literally need to break down each type of abuse. But if you are currently in an abusive relationship, I mean, look to your local resources, find help. There is nothing wrong. There's no shame. Okay. And more importantly than that, there's nothing wrong with walking away. If you really feel like that, I mean, think about it. You're going to feel like that for the rest of your life. So whether you're a guy or a girl, you have something better coming to you. You have, listen, my favorite line, be uniquely you. I know it's getting old, but just be you. You can be you without that person. You can be by yourself. You can live your life. For those mothers who are now sitting with a guy, you keep trying to keep him because you don't want to be a single mother. It's going to be hard, but you know what? Your child is going to learn from what they see you experience. So there's nothing wrong with you walking away from that relationship, or single dad, or single dad.
And that's true. And by being uniquely you is choosing yourself. Choosing yourself first, choosing your happiness. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If you feel like you want to have a glass of wine, girl, listen.
Sip on it. Self-love first. Yep. Because when God made you, he made the best you he possibly could. Send us some suggestions, leave us some comments, like, subscribe, and we will always be here. It's the More That for Mamas. Bye.